Hi, this is DOSBox Mom, and welcome back to Let's Play Treasures of the Savage Frontier. We've just entered Farr Windward, and there seems to be a rather joyful funeral procession for someone named Haalbok, who supposedly has just died. If you were following All Dragon's walkthrough of Buck Rogers' Countdown to Doomsday, this reminds me a bit of the parade that takes place in the Martian Mariposa, although sort of. Different circumstances, though. The revelers continue marching southward beneath festive banners, singing happily and banging on loud drums, and we'll tag along behind them because we are looking for a place to rest after coming out of those tunnels. You glance over the edge of the road. Far below you, huge waves explode at the base of the high cliffs that support and imprison Farr Windward. The parade is starting to break up ahead as the celebrants divide and proceed down different streets. Okay, this should be basically a house, and I think it should be safe to rest here. So we'll just camp and save and rest. We did have to cast some healing spells in the tunnel, so those are getting memorized also. Okay, and now let's move right along. Ooh, and the first shop should be coming right up. Philgister's Farrberjik's, finest Farrberjiks in all the realms, whatever a Farrberjik is. Can I interest you in any of our fine Farrberjiks? Yeah, sure. Ooh, so we have Farrberjik lined robes, furry Farrberjiks, Farrberjik, large Farrberjik, and Farrberjik lined boots. The most useful thing here are the Farrberjik lined boots because they act as boots of striding and leaping. So let's see what we can come up with so we can buy such boots for everyone in the party. At least everyone except, I think, Teresa, who's got boots of speed. Okay. Don't see anything Pox can sell off. Let's see. Ring. Not really a whole lot he's got. Maybe the bracers. Yeah, it's the sea helm +2. Now we can definitely sell off the bracers. And the sea helm is basically the same plus as the regular helm +2 that he's got elsewhere. So, but the sea helm kind of goes with the Tyrant's Trident, so we'll keep that and sell off the regular helm +2. And we are not buying Farrberjik boots for her because she already has those nice boots of speed. Okay. Of course, she's got junk, but Oh, those are just non-magical darts. Well, we could have her drop her excess stuff and that would improve her encumbrance. Let's see. That'd be okay for now. Okay, I'm not really seeing anything we can... So we'll just appraise some gems. Okay, and I think I'm going to pause the recording while I take care of that, and we'll be back in a minute. And we're back. It took a while, but we did manage to get Farrberjik boots purchased for everybody except Teresa, who already had boots of speed, and Jakarta, who isn't going to be with the party that long, just while we're on the islands. So we're continuing south along the street, and now west. A large group of people stands in front of this house, laughing uproariously, telling jokes and singing songs. And they're all celebrating Haalbok's death. A very strange-looking man greets you at the door. He records your experiences here as Journal Entry 22. Beneath his swirling red hair, the man's face was covered with patterns of tattoos. A dark shadow covered much of his forehead, and the lines across his features seemed to change even as we watched. For a moment, the eternal smile of a clown appeared, followed closely by the image of a tear falling from one eye. He carried a mask on a stick in one hand, but in contrast to his face, its features were completely plain and unadorned. And as a citizen of Farr Windward, he bore the bold red circle tattoo on his left forearm. "I am Ougo," he said, pumping each of our hands in greeting. "When I lived in Neverwinter, I was called Ougo the Strange." He smiled at us and winked. "You know, I have a tattoo on my back depicting the mural on the ceiling of the Temple of Ogma in Neverwinter." We all indicated how impressive this was, and perhaps mercifully, Ougo the Strange let the matter drop without forcing us to admire this tattoo. "Why is everybody outside so happy?" we asked. "Because this is the house of Haalbok, and he died just this morning." "That's so strange," we exclaimed. "Ah, how clever! I see you understand my point about being strange," Ougo the Strange said, smiling. We all looked at each other, completely confused. From the back row of the party came a single soft voice. "I'm sorry, but I don't understand. Why is everybody happy that Haalbok's dead?" Ougo the Strange nodded. "I'll be happy to explain what your companions already understand. Haalbok is now free from Farr Windward, so we celebrate for him. Death is normal. He has returned to normalcy. We are given everything else in Farr Windward: food, clothing, entertainment. Freedom is the one thing we have to seek out for ourselves, and he's found it. Let's celebrate." Okay. "You're quite a normal-looking group," Ougo the Strange tells you. "I'd be happy to accompany you on your mission here in Farr Windward. May I join your party?" I suppose Cluebook says we should. For a moment, Ougo the Strange seems almost normal himself. "It will be my pleasure to be of any help to you that I can." Let's take a real quick look at him. Okay, so he's a chaotic good cleric fighter, and he's equipped with a plate mail, mace shield, and a clerical scroll. Might be a good idea to give him a staff sling. Although if he's a fighter, he can probably maybe use fighter weapons too. Okay, so I think we can just leave this room and continue exploring the town. Ougo the Strange indicates the area before you with a grand sweep of his arm. "You might like to take the west road," he suggests. "Or go this way to the north."
It's too hot.
Well, let's try west first. Okay, now if we hadn't already found that temple hiding behind the rundown boat repair place, in this room down here, we would find some conspirators with evidence that the Waterdeep flagged fleet was flying false colors. But we did that over on the other side of town, so we aren't going to find it here. And continuing north, let's see what we've got up this way. Ougo the Strange says, you might search the entire realms and not find such an interesting little shop as this one. Okay, what kind of shop is this? Be very careful in this place, Ougo the Strange warns you. The walls are full of corn. Okay. There might be a battle coming up. Passing through the secret door, they surprise the occupants of a busy office. They sound an alarm, and stone-colored monsters rush in through the far door. Okay, so looks like we got some margoyles. Ah, great margoyles. Yeah. Just out of curiosity, let's see what happens if we use these. See if we can use it to get him down maybe about here. No. Okay, that's about the best we're going to do. Yeah. So basically it acts kind of like a dimension door spell. And you can use them instead of whatever your other action is. Ooh. He has some interesting spells memorized. Let's see if cause serious wounds will help. Okay. Maybe we can have her try Charm Person on that city guard there. Ooh, hey, it actually worked for once. It doesn't usually. Have her try Hold Person. On the remaining guards. Okay, we got 2 out of 3. Let's just have him use Magic Missile. Oh, let's see. can move her a little closer. You could try a whole person on that remaining guard. Good. Oh. Maybe that Wand of Ice Storm, or maybe one of these spell scrolls. Ah, perfect. Yeah, I don't think he's got anything else he can really, except maybe a protective spell. Sorry this is taking so long, guys. Would it be more boring if I'd made you stick around for the shopping? Yeah, try that. That looks good, actually. All good, our tame city guard was helping out. Yeah. Now we can more easily get the party members wrapped around here. Sort of. Yeah, we're just going to have her use her bow since we had her drop those darts she had earlier. Good job. Ooh, let's just was pretty useless. Okay, maybe Ice Storm would be good after all. Of course, if we're surrounded like this, we can't really use Ice Storm. Just have to wail away instead. These are basically prison guards and they have gargoyle muscle. At least we don't have too many of the gargoyles left. And the one guard that's left we've brainwashed to do it for us. Okay, just one gargoyle left. Yeah, actually she's already got her bow equipped. I didn't want that. Finally. Fair amount of treasure. Not much platinum, frankly. And that's just the good the guards had. Let's share. I remember Ougo doesn't have any missile weapons. He's a cleric fighter, so he might be able to use a longbow and some arrows. I don't think we particularly need to take the rest of this stuff. Nope. Searching the mountain of papers, Elden says, they had a network of spies here. There's a file on everyone in Farr Windward reporting their every move. Ougo the Strange just nods. I told you the walls were full of corn. Okay. Sort of like the character Luna in the Harry Potter books. Okay, well, we'll continue exploring Farr Windward in the next episode. See you then.